Today I'm tackling it all, showing off Lucky after his fur cut, cleaning up, refreshing my living room with a window makeover, and getting crafty with cranberry garland and a pine wreath. Let's dive in, and it starts now. Here's my old boy, Lucky boy, huh? And he just had his fur kind of rough cut. I've got to go over it with the blending shears. But he had his fur cut today. And I know a lot of you have been asking about my vacuum. And if you look at the rug, when I cut their fur, I generally cut it on the rug so it's not blowing all around. And I am going to vacuum the rug with my SharkOne vac because a lot of people wonder if a cordless vacuum has enough power to vacuum things up. And I can tell you, I guarantee it does. So we will be right back, and I will be vacuuming. I gotta move my ottoman out of the way. Shake it off, too. Fur. Everywhere the fur. Completely filled. Whoopsie nuts, boy. You almost fell off, buddy. If you've ever had one of those days where one thing leads to another, this is very much one of those kind of days. Everything that I did from here on out pulled me directly to dealing with my window. So that's what's happening here. This house carries its history in its little imperfections. The scuffed floors, the worn paint, and especially the window frames. These frames tell their own story with layers of paint and countless holes left behind from years of different curtains and blinds and quick fixes. For 5 years, I've lived with this one frame in particular, a tired brown that had been here since the day we moved in. At first, I noticed it constantly. It didn't match the space, and it stood out as a reminder of something I wanted to change. But over time, I stopped seeing it. It became part of the background, something I had grown so used to that I no longer thought about it. That all changed today. While cleaning the windows, I had a moment of clarity. This frame needed attention, not tomorrow or someday, today. So I grabbed my tools and got to work. I filled in holes with joint compound, smoothing over the marks left by years of quick curtain changes and hasty hardware. Then I painted over that brown with a soft, gentle gray, a color I had envisioned for the space since we moved in. As I stepped back to see the freshly painted frame and the raised curtain rod, the transformation took my breath away. Seeing the window look so fresh and finished made my heart so happy. I couldn't stop at just one. I moved right on to the second window that same night. While the second frame was made of rough-cut wood and it didn't need holes filled, it took the paint beautifully. The soft gray made both windows feel clean, cohesive, and intentional, like they finally belonged in this home. The color doesn't translate perfectly on camera, but in person the gentle gray tones feel so serene and polished. It's a small change, but one that makes a big difference in how the room feels. This project reminded me how easy it is to get used to things that don't make us happy anymore. Sometimes it takes a little extra effort to see them again, to notice what's been sitting on our to-do list for years. And then we finally tackle those little things. It can completely transform a space, even how we feel in it. I'm so glad I took the time to do this. It made my home and my heart a little lighter. I'm drying oranges in the oven. It smells so beautiful, and in a little bit, you'll see why. This part of my life is called being foolish, doing this with a kitten running around. I should have waited for his nap. Clearly, he's feeling frisky. I missed a few holes when I was filling them in, so I'll probably go back later, fill them in, and just throw a little more paint over them. My goal is by the end of the day to have this window done and looking nice, and hopefully to start on the other one in here too. And I did not take these down because they're on with some weird star bit. I don't have that bit right offhand, so that'll have to be fixed later as well. But it certainly looks better. And this is going to be much more than a one-coat job. And lucky for me, Mr. Kitten decided it was time to lay down, so as luck would have it. And here, as you can see, is the first coat. It took a few coats to cover this dark brown, and I still need to go back over and pull those other hooks down. I'm going to be totally transparent here. There are 1,000,001 other things I should or could be doing, and I'm not. Because I painted this morning, I cut Lucky's fur, and just did a bunch of other things, so now I'm going to just take a much deserved break, and I'm going to take the oranges that I dried, and my bag of cranberries, and I'm going to string these to make a garland for my window. Now that I finished my window, and I will show you what that looks like after. And hopefully I can string this needle without sure glasses on. I have not done this since I was a little girl. And when we did it, it was with popcorn, not with we did it with popcorn and cranberries, not the oranges. And if you've ever wondered about drying oranges, if you can get your oven down to like 170 or 175, you can dry them in your oven. And it took a while because I cut some of them kind of thick. But I think that most modern ovens can go that low. Mine actually has a dehydrate setting, and I did them for most of the time on 150, but where some of them were so thick, this morning when I got back up, I had shut it down and just let them sit in the oven. But this morning when I got back up, I hope I can do this without ruining these oranges. I put them back in to dry some more at a at a little bit higher of a temperature, not much higher, but at a higher temp, and it did help. I watched them a little more closely because obviously I didn't want to burn them. Not with the price of food, how much I paid nowadays. It's ridiculous. I will say, I think these cranberries feel a tiny bit soft, and that's very strange considering we're in, the holidays. They should be right on point. I'm doing 5 in between. Might actually do a little more than 5 in between because I want to do one for my other window as well. I was going to do them for the kitchen, but I got thinking that where the oranges are dried, that where my kitchen is so humid, it's not a good idea. And I did leave this on the spool so I can kind of keep going with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do probably 12. Yeah, see, that one's absolutely no good. These oranges, when they were drying, oh my gosh. They smell like cookies baking. Some of these are such a beautiful, beautiful color. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's perfect. Orange peel. So much easier to go through than I thought they would be. Well, maybe not. Just because I said so, right? Ah. I am feeling extra Christmassy this year. My daughter got some potentially good news. No, she's not pregnant. But they've had a very hard time, and they got some good news today. So I'm crossing my fingers and toes for them. That is another bad one. I think they'll be fine in here where the pellet stove is running. It'll keep them dry. The oranges. Six. 7. And I'm going to speed you guys up through the rest of this because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do this for 20 minutes. So I will speed it up from here.
It's cold outside, but the fire fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere. Just us alone.
And here I am making yet 2 more holes in the frame. That's okay though. They can easily be filled in or just left there for another type of garland. I absolutely love the colors of these cranberries and oranges together. As cold as it is, we're going to take a walk down back, and I am going to grab some pine for my front door wreath. So I'm going to set you guys down. Right there. Unfortunately, when I was making my pine swag, which I don't make wreaths, I've never known how to make a wreath. I've attempted, but they don't come out. But I can make a pretty good swag. All of the footage was lost. I either didn't press record or a phone call came in and messed the video up. So I don't know what exactly happened, but it just simply did not exist on my phone. But I do show you the finished product at the end of this video. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, friends. From cleaning up after Lucky to refreshing my windows and getting a little crafty, it's been such a productive and fulfilling day. I hope this video gave you some motivation and some inspiration for your own homemaking projects. Let me know in the comments what you're working on around your home. I'd love to hear about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Until next time, happy cleaning.